wanted to be in it, you in it.
Haley, Malcolm, London, Jeff in Vegas, good morning.
Good morning. I love this background that you have going.
Oh, well, thank you. Got to do it up right. It's one of my favorite series. I can't wait to, they only gave me the first 2 episodes, man. They are so cruel. I know, they just torture me. Well, thank you all for joining me this morning to talk about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Haley, let's start with you. Tell me about your character Jukebox and how'd she get her name? I love it.
Yeah, Jukebox, her real name is Marvin Thomas. She's Kanan's older cousin, and she's Marvin's daughter and Lulu's niece. I like to call her the eyes and the ears of the family because she's always on the outside, kind of keeping track of everything, but also doing her own thing at the same time, whilst helping Kanan navigate this crazy world that he's growing up in.
And Malcolm, tell me about your character Lou and Lou's wardrobe, man. I love that coat. I mean, I'm just like, I want it.
I mean, what can I say, man? You know, Lulu's just that guy. No, Lulu is that guy. I have to talk to him as if he's an animus extension, because if I pretend that I am him, I'm just gonna fail epically. He's so smooth. He's olive oil, man. He's just smooth as and he's clean, and he's together, and he's fashionable, and he's sensible. And I think that all plays into his actual character of who he is. He's together. He's calculated. His clothes, every thread. Even the haircut is just sharp. So that's him. That's my character, Lulu. Not me. I am not you at all. So don't have that expectation of me at all.
I won't, I promise. In London, tell us about Marvin Thomas.
Marvin Thomas is the older sibling amongst the Thomas family. And like I say, he's going back and forth with wanting to be in charge. He's a little, I think it's part of him that's a little jealous of his brother Lulu and the affection and the responsibilities that the middle sister Rock gives him. But at the same time, he has to be honest with himself and understand that Lulu, in a lot of ways, is a lot more responsible than he is. And so I think Marvin is dealing with having to be honest with himself, be honest with his daughter, in the process of all of this, while trying to guide his nephew into some nefarious acts. So it's a combination of so many different things, but I think Marvin is a major part of the family when it comes to being loyal and having everybody's back.
And Haley, tell me about shooting on location and the challenges of that, because it just really adds such an element to the show.
I loved shooting on location. It definitely, you know, when you get to be in all of the elements, you just lock into your character that much better. So I loved being on location.
And Malcolm, you have a 50 Cent story you can tell me? Meeting him, working with him?
Yeah, I got most of my 50 Cent stories didn't even take place on Raising Kanan.
Oh, it goes back, huh?
Most of my 50 Cent stories took place on Southpaw, which is actually a power story. My quick 50 Cent story was first day on set of Southpaw. There's all these big stars, Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, all these people, Forest Whitaker, and we're the only kind of like young Black dudes on set because Forest Whitaker is like more like a myth than a man. And so he's like, hey man, you know, I got this series coming up, man. You gonna watch it? You know, it's in a hotel. And I'm like, what series? He's like, it's called Power. Make sure you watch that. And the next day I came to set, and he was like, did you watch it? I was like, I didn't really get to it. I was tired. He's like, come with me. And he forced me to watch the first Power episode in his big old trailer from start to finish, and then pressed me about the review of the show. And at the time, I wasn't really, you know, I was going through a lot of life stuff, so I wasn't really connected. I was like, it's cool. It's probably gonna make a bunch of money, but not my cup of tea. He's like, it's gonna be big. And he was right.
Now you're part of that legacy. Now you're part of that legacy.
Now I'm here.